In this video, I'm going to learn how to create this cute little GUI. Okay, so as you can see it. Alright, so let's get right into it. I encourage you to watch other videos in this series if you have not watched them already, regarding how to set up the environment and so on. Setting up KivyMD in VS Code and with Python. So I encourage you to watch those videos. I have them listed in the description of this video. So okay, so now to create it, we create a file. So in that file, what we need to do is we'll bring in the various libraries here from line 1 to line 8. These are the various libraries that we're going to be utilizing for this UI design. Okay, so there are various ways to create mobile apps or any desktop application, but in this series of videos, I'm going to be using KivyMD for creating both mobile apps and desktop apps. Okay, so create a class called GUI, then utilize MD app, then we just say if name is equals main, so then we run the class or the app basically. All right, so what we need to do next is to create a function build, then with a parameter self. So this one must be there, is a requirement. Then we want a screen, we create an object screen utilizing the MD screen class, then return that screen. Okay, so once we have that done, then we create the title, so something that will appear if it's going to be a desktop app, something that will appear at the title level or at the title of the UI. So we now say self.title equals simple GUI in Python. All right, so once you have that done, the next thing we need to do is run it. Let's run it now. If you look at it, you see that it shows a simple GUI in the title. Okay, so you see that the complete frame is ready. So the next thing we need to do is to see how to add an icon, because it needs to have its own icon. All right, so the next thing we need to do is for you also do that, we say window.set icon, then self.icon, then it links to the physical file, that is the icon that you want to, or the logo as the case may be. Okay, so if you run it and see that this channel logo shows up right there. Okay, so then that settles that aspect. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to say window.size, that is to change the size if you so wish. Then we say window.size, you put the dimension there so you can see how it is, and it's smaller. You can even make it as smaller than this. Okay, so now, especially if it's going to be a desktop application, you can actually size it. But if it's a mobile app, it will automatically be resized to the screen size of the phone. All right, so we now say self.add. We need to add we need to add an icon, or like a registration user icon basically. So then we link to the source, then the position, how we want it to be. We want it to be 0 at y-axis. That is from up. We want it to be at 0.8. Okay, then of course it will be at the middle or at the center. That is at the center of from left to right. Okay, so once I've done that, we need to add it to the screen by using screen.add-widget self.add user icon, because that is the name of that user icon. So as you can see, so if you run it now, what it's going to do is that to show the icon, as you can see right here. So you can see it's staying beautifully at that window right there. Okay, so we need to add the various other icons, other widgets, that is those input feeds underneath it. So they're actually known as widget within the MD framework. All right, so we add the one for message. Okay, so I'm going to so the message will be at the middle, so it will be underneath that that icon that we added earlier. So we'll create the various how you want it to be, but it's going to be under it. Then the size of the text and so on. Then we'll now add it to the widget. Add it to the screen. Then we just add the other ones like first name or full name. Let's run it now just to see how it is. So you can see full name is there. Okay, so here where you have the hint, that is where is the way how it's going to be placed. Then the mode is fill. If I remove this mode, it will be like a little line staying horizontally. Then of course the size and so on, that's what you have within that. I think it's self-explanatory. Okay, then the hint text, that is what you are going to see. That if you click on it, to show the enter your gender as a hypertext. Okay, all right. So the next we need to do is let's see. Okay, so the next we're going to do is to add this one, add other ones. That's the one for gender, the one for age. Basically the same thing, just like that of full name. Okay, so the only difference is that of age has number as the mode of the text. So as you can see here, okay. So so that basically it is. So the input type is number. So like I said, look at it here. Then they have the input filter. That is, it must be. It should be float because the other one is number. So those two must go together. So we want to make sure that the users will not be able to enter any other thing apart from number. All right. So if you are using a mobile phone, it will display only number areas, only number keyboard rather. Okay. So let's run it. So I'm running it now. Look at how it looks. See that I have a beautiful outlook right here. Okay. So that's what you have here. Then the next thing we need to do is to add a button to it. So the button will be what to push the data that will enter into this to whatever we want it to be, maybe to the database. Of course, that's what we are targeting. When we are done, whatever we enter on this into this UI will be sent to the database. All right, so we add a button by using save.btn save data, just like we did in the previous video. Then when you press this button or touch it, it's going to call a function called save data. Okay, so if you run it now, so you see that it's giving an error. So what is the error? Because save data function has not been created, or save data method has not been created. Okay, so what we need to do is to create that function or that method, since an object-oriented design or programming. Then we'll now say since it's a function or a method, so now say define that function or method called save data. Then within the body, we just put print testing. Note that the function must have at least one argument. Then you have self, that is compulsory. They will not have one argument there. So when you click on it, it will display something at the bottom right there. Okay, so just to show that it's working, that's just what it is. But in the next video, I'm going to see how to save the data that you enter into the database. That will be in the next video. So if you click on it now, you are going to see that it will display whatever it will display something at the console level, as you can see. So you can see that it's showing testing at the other end. So that is how to create a UI with using a KivyMD in Python. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to see how to save the data that you enter into this field into the database. So stay tuned for that video. The video is already released. Watch it and enjoy it. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. Like the video and share it. Thank you for watching. See you in another video.